Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. And Shalom to the sincere Akwath, which are the sincere sisters. And Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Now this lesson is going to be an update on this whole Israel, U.S., Iran war. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says, ceasefire teeters as Israel and Iran trade worst strikes in months. It says, war escalates. Israel and Iran are trading strikes in the worst escalation since the April truce, a major test for negotiations. It says Yemen's Iran-backed Houthis also fired a missile toward Israel. It says on the ground, Israel is defending against fresh attacks, with CNN's Oren Lieberman hearing interceptions over Jerusalem. Israel previously said it struck targets in Iran after intercepting Iranian missiles. Iran, meanwhile, said it was retaliating against Israeli strikes on Beirut. Said Trump warns Israel. Said the U.S. president told Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to hold off on retaliating against Iran, according to a U.S. official. Before Israel's strikes on Iran, Trump told Fox News he was not happy about the strikes on Lebanon's capital. Trump also told the Financial Times that Israel would have to accept any deal the U.S. reaches with Iran, saying, I call all the shots. Yeah, so basically now there's beef, between Trump and Netanyahu, because it's like, Trump is like, hey, calm down with the attacks because we're trying to have some peace talks with Iran. And Israel is like, we don't care, we're going to do it, or Netanyahu rather, he's like, I'm going to do what I want to do. So it's just all sorts of chaos. But like the men of the Lord have been saying, there's not going to be any peace on earth until the kingdom of heaven is established. There's not going to be any peace in the quote-unquote Middle East until the kingdom of heaven is established. And the kingdom of heaven can't be established until America gets nuked, Israel gets nuked, and these Edomites are brought down, which is a lot closer to happening than most people understand. Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Jumping down to verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And we are clearly living in a time of war. And the Lord is the one pushing these buttons. He's the one forcing people, the leaders of these countries into these conflicts. Proverbs 20:24. Man's goings are of the Lord Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? And that's right. All the people that want to run around here and talk about they have free will and they can do whatever they want. No, you can't. There's not one person on this earth that does whatever they want. You do what the Lord programs you to do. The scriptures tell us that when you go to sleep, the Lord seals your instructions for what you're going to do the next day. Where you're going to go, who you're going to talk to, what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear. Everything that you do, throughout the day was already pre-programmed into your mind by the Lord. So there is no such thing as free will. And you know that if you think about it, because you could be like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And then you wake up the next day and you don't do any of the things that you said you were going to do. You end up doing completely different things because you were never the one in control in the first place. The Heavenly Father, Yahweh, was the one in control and is in control and always will be in control. We are honestly nothing but puppets, and the Lord just makes us move wherever He wants us to and makes us do whatever He wants us to. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh. As the rivers of water, He turneth it whithersoever He will. Yeah, so basically, the reason why the leaders in Iran and, Trump over here in the U.S. and Netanyahu out there in Israel, the reason why they're all acting the way that they act and doing what they're doing is because the Lord is controlling them. This U.S., Israel, Iran, Lebanon conflict, it's all leading up to the ultimate conflict, which is going to be World War III, which is going to be a nuclear war in which, like I said before, America is going to get destroyed and Israel is going to get destroyed. America is going to get destroyed because it's the most wicked place on the planet. Israel is going to get destroyed because the Lord has to cleanse that land of all those heathens that are over there. And this current war that's happening, especially with everything going on with the Strait of Hormuz and all the chaos that that's causing to the global economy, all of these other major world powers who are trying so hard not to get involved because they know that if they get involved, things are only going to escalate. But the Lord is going to force them to get involved. He's going to push them to do it because they're going to have to make some type of move. Because the longer this war goes on, the more their economies are going to suffer and the more their citizens are going to uproar, and there's going to be protests and there's going to be riots and it's going to be chaos in all of these countries. So these leaders, in an attempt to ease the chaos, they're going to send their militaries out there to the quote-unquote Middle East. And that's when it's going to turn into a full-blown world war because the world's major powers are going to be involved. And then, their allies and, everybody's allies are going to then get involved and all hell is going to break loose, basically. And we are so close to that time. And majority of people are way too ignorant to be able to see it. But those of us of the Hopeful Elect, we can see it. And we're excited because we know that the kingdom of heaven is not too far away. So we just got to continue to endure. Because our salvation, Adawan Ratazah, Lord's will, we were chosen from the foundation of the world to endure unto the end and be saved. Our salvation is nearer than when we first believed. So for all you sincere brothers and sisters, just keep your head up and stay prayed up and just continue to endure and push towards the kingdom because it's close. And this constant conflict and the increase in conflict out there in Western Asia is a sign of that. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, the Wadi Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Aqua. Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathen. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, Shalom.